Guess we'll go down. Don't really want to go in the sewers. I really don't want to go running after a bloody clown. I do like these like animated cutscenes. It's very cool. Yeah, so in the director's cut, if you like scroll to the bottom of the screen, there'd be like a question mark like down here and stuff, and you could get hints on the game, and it kind of removes all the joy of this game. Like, the best thing about point and click games is you just randomly exploring, you know?
Plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn.
It's a nose.
It was the clown's red nose.
Ooh. Yeah, I love how the picture is George with the clown on the clown nose.
The nose was hollow. Printed on the inside were the words 𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘭𝘪𝘏.
Okay. Yeah, so the best thing about point and click games is exploration. Especially a lot of old school games. I mean, I played a lot recently, and you know, and this game with hints is just pointless. Like, the whole point of this game is to enjoy it. You know? I mean, you can get stuck. Don't get me wrong. This game is sometimes it can be quite frustrating. Especially later on in the game. But yeah, hints in game is just so weird.
I scooped up the sodden tissue.
Ugh.
It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
That's disgusting. The sewers are so odd. Look at these like weird like arches.
I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
Let's have a look. So we've got a tissue.
It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers. It was the scrap of material I'd found in the sewer.
Okay. Yeah, so it's always good to right-click on items you pick up, because it will give you information that you may not know. Like when I clicked on the nose, it told you what it's got an address basically inside it. You will need that later. You can forget to do stuff like as simple as just examining an item to forward the story, and you know.
Hi there.
Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back, and now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there, immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
You won't catch me with tricks like that.
Why would you grab his hand and just come out the sewers?
Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
I guess the only thing that's quite annoying is you don't know what these are saying. Like these two, what does this mean? This is obviously the clown. That's a phone, but I mean, I know what these two are, but we'll click on them anyway. It's weird that you don't scroll over it and it tells you just a description of what this item means, basically.
Terrorists. The meanest, nastiest,
Oh, apparently they're terrorists.
bunch of guys you ever saw.
Englishmen without a doubt.
Hey.
The filthy dogs. The day they opened that tunnel was a bad day for France, I tell you. If I still had the full use of my faculties, I'd march right over there and tell them so.
Well, whoever they are, they blew up the cafe.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu! That is awful.
The guy who did it was a calculating, cold-blooded killer. He was disguised as a clown. I followed him into the sewer, and I think he came this way.
Ah, mon Dieu! Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you are doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Haha, most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
How did I not hear the explosion? It lives literally next door to the cafe. It's like your neighbor's house suddenly being bombed and you not notice then. You know, you don't notice that your side of your house is gone. Let's talk about the briefcase. So basically, the clown, as if he went down in the sewers and came out here. He did, like, it's so weird. Like, why didn't he just run away? It's just so odd.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
I didn't notice.
Useless.
Now are you going to leave? Or do I have to call the police?
Oh, dude, man. Just give me some information.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ha! That's what you say.
Bloody French people. Always so suspicious.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
You need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Oh no. That's disgusting.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type. Just like you.
So, I'm pretty sure if I give him this card, I can pretend that I am Rosso.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
Hell yeah.
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rosso? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it was.
It got stuck all over again. Brilliant.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, it was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know. But the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Why did this guy just tell me? It's such an arsehole.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
Hope that's not a euphemism. Surely, you know, I don't want to think about that. Anyway, moving on.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, monsieur. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down
Listening to the
every
same
sewer in every city
conversation.
in Europe.
Bravo!
Oh, now his egg is on, huh? Nice.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an arm lock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against. Oh no! He made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture.
This guy's bullshitting, isn't he? Let's sew him some shit that we have.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone has emptied their nostrils into it.
Hey, it wasn't me. Brilliant.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
Oh,
That is the
that little
same
noise.
cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Yeah, you notice the little noise when you give him the item, then you're like, dee in the background. It means that you've triggered something to continue the conversation. Let's give him the super key.
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
I have one just the same as that, monsieur. I will fetch it if you like.
No, don't bother.
Oh, it is no bother, monsieur.
Nah, forget it.
Just trying to be helpful, monsieur.
Take a look at this false nose.
Aha! That looks like a clown's nose to me.
Precisely. He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
That's not the smartest idea, is it?
Now,
Oh, well.
about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Right? Why would he send a jacket that's not his to a tailor to be fixed? So random.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romany seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind.
That's sarcasm.
What was the name on the label?
It was a foreign name. Todryk, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
You and me both. Anyway, we can leave now.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon. I'll let you out.
How did I not realize that I am not Inspector Rosso? Clearly, I'm not French for a start.
I hope you find your man, Inspector.
So do I.
And finished. So, the next part will be to call this Todryk guy up. As long as George remembers the number. Oh. Saladin. We could call up Todryk.
Hello? Who is this?
Hi, my name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todryk. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todryk. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but... Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todryk.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Okay.
Did you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown?
If a guy feels happy with a funny nose and custard down his pants, what's the problem?
That's a huge problem.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Thanks for nothing, Todryk.
Yeah, thanks, Todryk. Let's call up Nico, shall we? At least we can tell her what we found.
Bonjour, couleur.
Oh, hi. It's George Stobart, the American at the cafe.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine.
Really?
Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
Wow. We're supposed to keep this professional, aren't we? Well, he got an access to his shag pad. Nice. So we can go to the police station. We don't want to go to the police station. No, no. I don't want to talk to Inspector Bloody Moo again. Let's head to Rue Jarry. Oh, bloody hell. So, we have to talk to this kind old lady who's knitting and selling flowers.
Oh, hi.
It's very nostalgic, this area for me.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good, and it only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
It's got a point. Fuck it.
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
10 francs, please, my dear.
10 francs? That's a ripoff.
Please yourself.
Just give her the francs, dude.
How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Or unlucky. I wonder how many people know what francs are. You can tell this game's bloody old when it's using the word francs.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
That's quite creepy. That's,
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me, in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fixed it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
Sounds like my landlord. What an asshole. Yeah, so if you don't speak to this bird, I'm pretty sure he can't open the door, so...
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating, it's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap.
Holy
Your
shit.
young lady, she deserves better.
Her apartment's like mine. What a crap. That's
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's not...
That's awful.
Yeah, that's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
Oh.
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
No, she just has them
Okay.
there.
I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Nope.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur.
Signify death,
Some
doesn't it?
people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity.
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
I mean, maybe we want to jump down a throat.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Or am I even going to buy any flowers? I mean, it would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Buying a gill of flowers that you don't really know. Flowers you buy your girlfriend or future girlfriend or wife. Not some
Remember
bird you
the
don't
flower
know.
seller's advice. I pushed the door gently, just above the lock.
You guess that's how George Stobart opens a bloody door. Just walks in. Didn't even knock.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George.
So smooth, man. Such a smooth guy. Just put his legs up. There you go.
Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers beneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number. What's more, I know where he hired the clown suit, too.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck! Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
I took my photographs to the editor, but he wasn't interested. Can you believe it? He told me to drop the story.
But you're not about to do that.
Oh no. I am going to find out what's behind these killings. You know what I think? It's a conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
Well, that covers just about everyone.
So, in the director's cut, the start of the director's cut, you control Nico, and she has a run-in with the clown before George does. It's very weird. As I said, the added scenes in the director's cut don't really add any story. They feel very odd. To me, they do anyway. Maybe people like it. I don't know. Let's show us some soggy tissue.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
Tee-hee. It's nice and soggy.
Oh, that's disgusting, George.
I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use. Or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
It's never going to get old. We're going to be showing that to everyone we speak to, by the way.
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe. Here, George, it's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh no?
Take a close look at his left cheek.
A scar. In the shape of a horseshoe.
Oh, a crescent moon.
We're not gonna look at the picture? Oh, you didn't even show us it. Can I?
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Oh, of course I am.
I don't think
think
anyone
it was
is.
very brave of you to go down those sewers.
Yeah? Well, it was kind of scary, but, well, I had a job to do. How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's the reason why.
I found this false nose in the sewer. It has 𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘕𝘦𝘪𝘳 printed inside it.
The laughing stock of the world. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
Why don't you put it on, George?
No way am I wearing this. I'd look really stupid. Besides, you might have had a cold.
That's true. So, oh, remember to always wash your false noses, people.
Tell me more about yourself.
Oh, there is not much to tell.
Well, how did you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought my first camera. I was 8 and my parents had just split up.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, the director's cut goes into more detail about her dad. I don't think this game mentions too much about her father. Because, you know, we don't really need to know about it. But at least they tried.
Did you live with your father?
Yes, my mother went off with her new boyfriend.
Wow.
I don't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Ah, I'm sorry.
Well, it's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really, always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted I should study art. That's why I went to college.
Wow, don't get too emotional, George. Fucking hell.
Did you learn about photography at college?
Oh, God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Do you have a boyfriend?
That's none of your business.
Wow. I guess that's a no.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was 𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘱𝘦𝘪𝘳, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it! Millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off.
Was he killed for his money?
No. He had no living relatives, and his fortune went to the orphanage where he grew up. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
A snowman?
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese green politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium. He was committed to dismantling Japan's automobile industry.
I can't see him gaining much support with a loony policy like that.
Yamada was a man of vision. He was years ahead of his time.
If you say so. How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say, flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown. You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you what, I won't be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance of a big break.
Or a premature death. May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Okay. That is a creepy picture of that clown. Do we call Todryk? I can't think we can. Try to think what to do next. We can't. We could call Todryk.
Hello? Who is this?
Mr. Todryk?
Oh, it's you again. What now?
Did you make a suit for a man with a scar on his face? A scar in the shape of a crescent moon?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Tell me where I can find him and I'll leave you alone.
And if I don't,
I won't leave you alone.
I can't tell you anything unless you give me his name.
Oh.
Do you know where I can find the guy with the scar?
I told you. Without a name, I can't help you.
Thanks for nothing, Todryk.
Yeah, you Todryk.
I'm going back out to search for that clown.
Where?
I guess I could visit the costume shop.
Good idea.
Bye, Nico. Didn't even say goodbye. It's quite rude, isn't it? George. So the cafe is where we came from. Rue Jarry is where we are. I don't think we need to go to the police station anytime soon. Let's head to the costume shop.